Do you know what your author model or author persona is? And you may be wondering, what are you talking about, Zach? What does that even mean? On today's episode, I'm going to talk about the power of knowing and developing your author model. It provides multiple benefits for nonfiction authors. It clears up many of the uncertainties that authors face. And in addition, it helps you make decisions and provide guardrails around each phase of the author journey that you will go through. I've been working on this for the past few months, and I'm excited to share it. This is Your Path to Publish. I'm your host, Zach Christensen. For the past decade, our team has guided authors just like you to find the best path to publish your book, get people excited to buy it even before it launches, and to turn it into the ultimate business card to build your business and your legacy. If you are ready to get your book out of your head and into people's hands, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Outside of my background in publishing and working with authors and being an author strategist, I studied organizational psychology, and more specifically, social organizational psychology, my graduate work. I absolutely love psychology. I love understanding how we work, how we think, how we make decisions, and especially in the context of how we show up in our careers. Organizational psychologists look at how leadership is done, how you engage employees, diagnosis, finding how people find value and meaning in what you do. There's a lot of breadth in the field. So a lot of what organizational psychologists will do is that they help analyze what's going on and diagnose in an organization around maybe the organization as a whole, a specific team or individuals, and then they come up with solutions and ideas of how they can help the team or individual organization go from where they are now to where they want to be. And what they typically use are frameworks as a tool to understand and analyze what's going on. So there are a lot of different models and frameworks out there that can be utilized by organizational psychologists or consultants. One of them is called BART, which is an acronym for Boundaries, Authority, Role, and Task. And this is a model that is often used in teams to help them understand what their boundaries are as a team or as individuals, who has the authority and decision-making power, what's the role of each individual on the team, and what's the task of each person and as a team that you're each responsible for. Another one is the GRIPPY model, GRPI, which stands for goals, roles, procedures or processes, and interpersonal relationships. And this is highly effective when teams, for example, will come together. They come together to identify what's the team goal, what's their each individual goal and desire to be there, because that's important. What's each of their roles on the team, and whether that's defined or not defined. What's the processes or procedures that they're each going to follow, and what's their interpersonal relationships around the team, and how does that work together. And this is with the desire to make a team more effective and efficient. And if you think about these frameworks and models, they are highly valuable. Entire businesses are based on this in the way that they consult. For example, McKinsey Consulting Company, it's entirely based around their 7S model. So to say the least, models are extremely helpful, and it can be extremely valuable for authors. So a few months ago, I decided to create some author models, because why not? So an author model will help give you direction in each phase of your author journey. It gives you the scope and potential of your author career. It helps you define and really set expectations around your book, how you're going to launch it, and the impact that you want to have or that it could potentially have. And then it identifies the potential formal or informal mentors who are authors that fall within one of these models or categories. So there's 4 basic categories, and within those, there's 12 author models. So the categories are legacy builders, influence strategists, insight illuminators, and learning leaders. So starting with legacy builders. Legacy builders are established professionals and leaders who want to leave a lasting impact on their industry, community, or for future generations. The models that fall within legacy builders are business mentor executives, strategic leaders, serial entrepreneurs, and memoirists. The next category is influence strategists. Now, influence strategists have mastered some type of content creation and distribution method to build their brand and further engage with their audience. They use platforms such as social media, blogs, newsletters, and other channels to really connect with their audience and build a community. The models that fall within influence strategists are content creator and influencer, or lifestyle blogger as an influencer. The next category is insight illuminators, and these are thought leaders and experts who want to provide valuable insights and strategies based on their knowledge and get it out to a wide audience and based on their experience. And these authors are driven to become a top subject matter expert in their field and desire to influence their field by sharing expertise. Author models that fall within this category are like thought leaders, coaches or consultants, or a speaker, company subject matter experts, an acclaimed author, or knowledge luminaries. And then the final category is learning leaders. And these are educators, experts, researchers, or self-improvement individuals who share their knowledge and expertise to help individuals or professionals grow. The two models that fall within learning leaders are educational experts and self-improvement gurus. Now, there are a lot of details that I can go into with each of these models, and I could spend a whole episode on each of these models, and maybe I'll do that in the future, but I want to give you a high-level overview of what each of these are so you can start to think, well, which category and which model could I fall into? There's not one that's better than the other. And honestly, within a category, you may have 2 or 3 models that you identify with and may shift along with your career. The point is, though, is this gives you a strong starting point or a way, if you've already started, to identify, what am I building? What kind of author do I want to be? So I'm looking forward to engaging further with authors and learning about which model do they fall within. And to help with that, I've created a quiz that goes along with these author models to help you identify which one could you potentially fall into. And this is completely free, and you can go to juxtabook.com and it'll be on the home page as your strategic author model quiz. It's about a 60-question quiz, and it'll go through and identify not only what model do you fall into, but what potential publishing path you could go down with this model. After you complete the survey, you'll see your results. You'll get emailed your results, as well as a comprehensive guide that goes into each of the categories and models, goes through different publishing paths, and gives example marketing plans and other resources that you can utilize for you as an author. Take the quiz today at juxtabook.com and you'll see it on the homepage, and I can't wait to see the results that come in. If you've enjoyed this episode today, please leave us a review. This helps us make the podcast better, understand what you're struggling with, what you like, so that we can provide more high-quality content to fit you and your author journey. And then if you have a question about a recent episode that you'd like to submit, visit juxtabook.com/yourpath-to-publish, or refer to the show notes and you'll be directed to click the appropriate button to leave your question, and it will be featured on a future episode. Thanks for listening today. Go out there, dust off your manuscript, and turn it into a bestseller that grows your business and your expertise.